Begin Podfix Network transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the side chicks. I'm Yummy.
And I'm Dark Phoenix.
We are women of a certain age. We are more than caretakers, though. We still have desires, dreams, aspirations.
And we know that we still fucking matter. And when we get together, sometimes ish gets crazy.
Oh, yeah. We talk about sex, all different kinds.
We talk about pop culture.
Oh, and guess what? We talk about getting older.
You got to know it. But we're fearless.
And we fearlessly push the envelope.
Yes. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and even Pinterest at Yummy Fearless.
Listen to us on any listening platform. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, iHeart, Good Pods, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Find us on yummyfearless.com for bonus content. I was characterizing it as a maintenance agreement.
Okay, maintenance agreement. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get started, do you want to introduce yourself, Terrence?
Daquan
Jenkins, y'all have already done it. I am Terrence Daquan Jenkins. Ain't
What
much
should we
more
know?
to know than that.
Okay.
Not much more to know than that.
Okay.
We assume you have some experience and expertise in the subject matter, which is why we invited you to come on.
I do indeed. Have some experience in the subject matter.
Okay. So you want to get started, Yummy?
Yeah, why don't we? Okay, so did we just do that? Did we define what this is, this maintenance agreement? What exactly is that, Mr. Daquan?
Now, I've had situations, maintenance agreements, whatever you want to call them, where some of your sisters are comfortable in an environment where everybody knows what the rules are. And there are no strings, no expectations, none of the trappings of a regular relationship. It is.
So, okay. So the maintenance agreement basically is you have sex, right? Without the emotional part of a relationship. Is that correct?
It's
Okay.
it's basically that. It's a sex agreement,
Okay.
and if if either party is interested in getting together, they contact the other party, and if the other party is available, y'all make something happen.
But how do you establish that? How does it start? So say that, Mr. Daquan, say that you were meeting someone new. How do you know? I don't understand how you even get to okay, we're just gonna have a sexual agreement.
Okay, and this is where I'm not always sure y'all know your sisters as well as you think you do.
Huh.
Because some of your sisters will initiate it.
Whoa.
And just be very forthright. I had a situation
Mm-hmm.
inside a bar where a woman came up from behind, put her hands over my eyes. I turn around thinking that I might have known who it was, and I didn't.
Mm.
And when I turned around, she said some real slick shit and asked me if I wanted to make love that night.
Whoa.
And you knew her?
No, I didn't know her. I never
Oh
seen her
my!
before.
See,
Never seen her before that day.
was she a working woman?
No,
And
She
it
was
wasn't for sale.
no.
She was a regular,
She
degular.
regular, degular, had a couple drinks and got her liquid confidence up and went for it.
So, in terms of attractiveness, like, how would you describe yourself? I mean, like, are you like unbelievably good looking or something?
I'm not Grady from Sanford and Son, but uh, okay. Like I say, I'm only halfway ugly. I don't know what to say
Wow.
other than that.
So, how long have you been having sex with her?
Oh, it's not a continuous thing. I'm not doing it now. I just did it the one time.
Okay. So you turned around and said, "Sure, we can do it tonight."
No, that wasn't my immediate response.
Okay.
But after giving it some careful thought and consideration,
I see.
I decided that and I was young and dumb at the time, so
Okay.
I figured, why not?
Wow.
But
So go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say that we'll have two comments on that. So number one, I always say that the whole maintenance agreement, friends with benefits, is it skews toward the benefit of the male in the situation. So we're talking heterosexual relationships. I can't speak for same-sex relationships, but for heterosexual relationships, my assumption is that the friends with benefits thing most definitely always benefits the man more than the woman. And if you show me most women are not cut from that cloth. They can't just
Right.
have sex for kicks.
That's where I disagree with you, and I would not characterize it as friends with benefits. That's a different thing. That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Friends with benefits is y'all cool, y'all hang out, y'all do whatever, but y'all also get busy on the side. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm talking about a situation where outside of the sex, there ain't nothing.
nothing.
We get together. If you call the hotline and my schedule is clear, we got action. If I call the hotline and your schedule is clear, we got action. But we
And the
not hanging out.
hotline.
We not hanging out. We not going to get nothing to eat. We not showing up at the show. We not friends like that. We
Wow.
have an agreement. We do a thing.
So no, not even good morning text.
No,
Wow.
because that's a relationship. And this is not that.
You just get in there. So, okay, and I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but how do you learn them sexually? Like, how do you
Oh,
even know that you'll be sexually compatible?
well, it's trial and error. But I had an acquaintance call me up and inquire about my availability for such an agreement. Wanting to know if I'm trying to be careful in how I say this, because I don't know who all listen to your show. I ain't trying to put nobody business in the street. But
Kind of you.
but just wanting to know if I would be available and really had like some time frames. We talking, this would be like not a heavy lift, once every 6 weeks or so. And it was discussed like that.
Let's fix the pipe.
In business terms, we gonna have a thing, like maybe every 6 weeks or so. We take care of some business.
Wow.
Did you consider it?
I gave it some consideration.
Who are these women? Who is this one? I don't understand how this is.
Y'all don't know women.
We
Y'all
don't
know
women.
y'all know yourselves. Just like I don't know, I can't tell y'all what men tell y'all. I know me. If you
Yeah.
ask me about men, I'm gonna tell you what I think based on me. But I don't know what men tell y'all when y'all together and alone. But
Right.
if I ask y'all about women, you're gonna tell me about you. You don't know what your sisters be saying when they with a man and alone. You ain't got
So
no idea what they be talking about.
you could be onto something, Terrence Daquan. So Okay, so if you know 5 women, how
Mhm.
many of those 5 women do you think would agree to something like this?
No, it ain't gonna be 1 out of 5. It might be 1 out of 50.
Okay.
It's not something that's common, but the ones that's in it is in it, and you ain't gonna know, and ain't it's that ain't something that ain't something you talk about, and it ain't somebody that you hang out with. It ain't somebody that you gonna see and wonder if they got something. You ain't gonna see none of that.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
So you definitely are sexually attracted to them, right?
Yeah, you got to be.
Okay, so you're sexually attracted. So would you have an agreement with someone that's married?
I could see that happening. Would I do that? No, I wouldn't do that, but some folks probably
Mm,
would.
okay.
Mm.
And how does this make you feel inside? I mean, uh, does it make,
It's a service. It ain't like it's not a relationship. You don't feel nothing.
It's like
That's the
playing
beauty of it.
basketball.
It's the beauty of it. There's nothing to feel. Like
nothing?
you not my person. I'm not your person. We know that.
So you
We know
really
that
don't
when the
like
phone rings.
her. You really don't like her.
But you got to be cool enough to do it, and you got to trust the person enough to know they're not gonna put your business in the street. But other than that, like I say, this is if this was somebody who you was like close friends with and y'all was hanging out and doing that kind of stuff, this wouldn't work. Because if you are subject to catching any kind of feelings or wanting something more out of it, it
Hmm.
ain't the same thing.
We might as well.
What the hell?
But I'm like, I guess we are the old bitches next door. We the old sluts.
When did we turn into the old sluts next door though? Like when though?
Seemingly overnight, because I'm telling you, I'm trans. I am not,
Ooh.
I'm not old. Inside, I'm a young Dominican Republic girl.
But according to society, we're the old sluts next door.
I don't care what society says. Inside, I'm transgenerational. I'm telling you.
But the thing for me is it just like snuck up on me out of nowhere. Like I feel like I should have like known or I should have prepared or
No,
something.
I don't think you're there yet. I'm telling you. I think you're trans too.
According to society, I am the old slut next door.
Sons of bitches.
I'm
Calling a
just
50-year-old.
Hattie Weiner, 55.
55, huh?
55, Hattie Weiner. That's when she started her whole phase.
Which is she couldn't hold by herself. She had to have somebody she had to have somebody willing to participate. Which reminds me, today I spoke with Mr. Jenkins, and he swears up and down that there are women. He said today that there were 3 women. He said he was catcalled by women today.
Okay, so
And
huh? we need to see a picture of Mr. Jenkins because it might just be him.
He said,
don't feel women are out catcalling your random guy.
I mean, maybe, but that's not the whole of the story. The whole of the story is he not only was he catcalled this weekend by a table of women, but also he was catcalled by another couple of women. You know how when back in the day, guys would try to talk to you, and if you like ignore them or something, they'd be like, "Fuck you, then, bitch."
Yeah,
yeah, that happened to him today too.
yeah.
I'm like, damn, in the same day. And then yesterday he said he had another offer to be a maintenance man. So I said, I brought up Hattie Weiner. I said, listen, I know you're saying that because his point is your sisters, I'm telling you, your sisters are not what you think they are. And I said, well, it's not that I'm doubting you. I do believe that I believe wholeheartedly that women offer for that maintenance agreement with you. But all I'm saying is most women, I said the women who only want the maintenance agreement, those are the outliers.
Right.
Most women still want a loving relationship. And they may just be saying that they want the maintenance agreement because they believe on some level it'll lead to more. Because Miss Hattie Weiner, remember she was saying she would always be sad because she thought, or she would, when it would end, he's like, well, why can't you believe that there are women out here who just want sex?
I think, like you say, I think those are outliers. I think they are exceptions. And I think that a good portion of them have another agenda, which is like you say, they're hoping,
yes,
that something more comes out of this.
Yes.
And it's human to take what you can get.
Yes. And it's like a defense mechanism almost, I think, if I don't expect anything, if I say it, because he was like, well, I'm telling you what they tell me. I said, so are you telling me that just because a person says something, it has to be true? I'm telling you that women are met with options whereby they don't want to expect anything. So they have a defense mechanism and they're still hoping, but they don't want to say that to you and scare you away. They think that maybe you'll be more enticed by the notion of no strings attached, in the hopes that it'll evolve into something else. That's what I really believe.
I would want to look at how he moves in the world, like his clothing choices, is he wearing pants that's gripping around his dick?
I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't.
Is he giving women the hope, that there's something there? Like, what's up with him?
He says that he's an attractive guy, but he says he said a couple years ago he might have gone for it, but right now he's just over that part. He wants a meaningful relationship, and he doesn't want a just purely sexual relationship, And I said, well, how attractive is the woman? Does it matter if the woman, is it just that you weren't attracted to that particular woman? He says that a couple of them have been in that boat, but the most recent one, he said he absolutely would have done it a couple years ago, but he just passed that phase in his life. He said because she's attractive, but he's just not. I said, so why don't you just give her a chance? I mean, he's like, because I'm not interested in having just a sexual relationship with someone.
But I would also argue that he doesn't like these particular women, whether it's physically, spiritually, whatever, personality. He does not, in fact, like them. Because if he liked the woman,
he would be down for it.
Be different. Yeah.
Well, he said that. He said, if I wanted to pursue her or them, I would have. He said, and since I did not pursue them,
he's not interested in.
He's not interested in that way. He said, but if he were interested in a maintenance agreement, he absolutely would have, which he might have been a couple years ago. So I don't know. We have this ongoing debate because I just truly believe that most women are like Miss Hattie Weiner, who may fuck and fuck, but that's not really what they want. Even though she's putting it out there, she put it in the paper.
Yeah.
But that's not really what she wanted at the end of the day. But sometimes you don't even know that. I guess I'm surmising by what she said that maybe it's even below her consciousness at the time, or it was below her consciousness at the time. She wasn't consciously thinking, well, I really want a long-term relationship. It's just that it evolved, when she had all these sexual relationships, I think she came to the conclusion that, you know what, this is not it. I think that she came to that, but I think that most women are cut that way. That's what I believe.
The irony of it also is this, whether it's part of her consciousness or part of a person's consciousness at that woman or not, is that how you present yourself is more than likely what you're going to get. So if you're presenting yourself like, I want a supremely sexual, then more than likely the type of men that are going to respond to that ad are going to be about sex and not about an actual relationship. So you're actually getting what you're putting out,
what you asked for, what you asked the universe for. And men, and this is what I told my friend, I said, listen, I don't know if this is a man thing or a you thing, but sometimes you have to go a little bit beyond what a woman is saying and understand the psyche of a woman. Just because, so I don't think men are either they're not equipped to go beyond the surface level and the you know, the surface level of what a woman is saying to really understand she don't really mean that, or they just really believe, well, she said this is what she wanted, so.
Right. But I also think that, you know, you have to factor in the attractive level of a person, because if a person is like an above level attractiveness, then they do attract a few more of those type of experiences than your average person, just based on how they look and where they live. If
You
you're
mean a man or a woman attracts those?
both to me.
Okay. Mhm.
Both to me. So like if you're a dude, especially if you're a dude and you live like in the Midwest and you're a little bit more attractive, you're not on parole.
You don't switch when you walk.
Right. And people are like, you're not bisexual or something, you know, then you're gonna get a little bit more based off of a few things like that. You're in a smaller pond.
Right.
Well, like if they threw you somewhere like in Atlanta or in LA, you know, your shine wouldn't shine as bright because there are more people, you know, that live, you know, are successful due to their appearance.
Right.
More athletes, there are more entertainers, there are people with more money. Then there are going to be fewer women that are going to offer you maintenance agreements because you're in a bigger pond, you know. Like
Right.
if you're in the Midwest and you're not on parole and you're Black and you gotta, you know, you make six figures. Yeah, you know, you're doing a little something in that little pond.
This particular person is in Atlanta, so you know.
Okay.
And he has a national role, so he sees
Okay.
women all over the country, and he's had offers from all over the country. Apparently, I'm like, damn, women coming like that.
Wow.
Attractive women too.
Women are pretty desperate nowadays.
So you would never offer that? You would never offer a maintenance agreement? Under what circumstances would you offer or be interested in a maintenance agreement?
I don't know. Like
I don't know either. I can't think of one. I'm not cut like that. I can't even see that coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, I'm kind of like,
unless it's Idris Elba. That's the only way.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm assuming that there's some man somewhere that would like motivate this for me, but I'm pretty sure he's not.
Holla at me, Idris.
Exactly. It would be some like wish list that's so untouchable, but just a random motherfucker that has no need for security or nothing on him. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't see it, but I leave it open for like a Idris. Yeah, probably so. If Idris Pretty Chocolate Ass was like, yummy, what you know, I can give you this. You know what?
We ain't got to go together. We can just.
I'm going to take what I can get. I'm going to take what I can get. So I leave it open just for that. But seriously, in real life, I just don't. I can't even think.
So is it that you don't like sex enough, or is it that you what is it? Because I get the impression that these women are motivated by their desire to play house or fake, you know, at least have the feeling of intimacy without the strings attached. Is what part is it for you?
Who the fuck are these men? Like, I mean, I guess on a level, part of me is like, I guess how I feel about myself. Like, who the fuck are you? Why would I allow you to like lay up in this? Just like, why?
So outside of, so are you, I guess my question is, are you willing to not have intimacy because you haven't found the right man?
Absolutely. And I always have. Absolutely. So yeah, absolutely. So one, and I'm not even saying that it was always the right choice. I've never fucked for money.
Right.
For things. That was like a decision I made about who I was very young, that I was not in any way gonna do that. So I never like, when I had sex, I liked the person.
Okay.
So maintenance, yeah, okay, then the other thing is my experience, men are not that good in bed. A maintenance
Do they
agreement.
have to be amazing to get the
Yes, you
intimacy
gotta
for the
fucking-
intimate?
If that's what this is about,
The agreement.
if this is a maintenance agreement, then I need to be maintained. And if your dick can't maintain, then what am I doing? What am I doing? So my
Okay.
experience is that men are not that good in bed. So I can't imagine like being like, oh, let me get a maintenance agreement. I don't feel the typical dude walking around has the skill set to
Mhm.
maintain. I
Okay.
don't, I don't believe it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't.
I don't get it either, to be honest. I don't know if I'm that, like, to me, as long as batteries exist, I don't really need
There's that.
some warm body. But some people really need a warm body. They
I
really
don't feel
do.
that driven. I don't feel that driven. Like I don't. I don't. I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is. I don't feel that driven.
Yeah, I'm not motivated to. I mean, I don't know what you have to do to be. I mean, and I'm sure there are men who would be about it. You know, if they were offered, I'm sure there's some men out there who would be about it. But I just not interested, man.
But to me, there's a lot that goes with dealing with men on any level.
Even if it's just strictly
any level that you're messing with a man, there's stuff that goes along with messing with a man.
Like what? If it's just casual sex and you know everybody here knows what it is, you know, we ain't friends, we not booze.
I ain't never mess with no man. Men always claim, oh, you nah, you good. I don't care, you know, you do what you do.
Right.
That's a motherfucking lie. I'm like, I don't know who these women are, but that's a lie. That's a lie.
You think that men they
what?
can't be platonic. I mean, not platonic, but like no strings attached.
No. Even
they're gonna catch feelings. You think men are gonna catch feelings?
Men catch feelings. That's one. They are possessive.
Mm-hmm.
They're jealous. Even if you're just dating and it's not a committed thing, and everybody know this is not a committed relationship, and oh, you that nigga, you know that, wop, wop, wop. When it comes down to it, they'll be in their feelings if they think you whatever and anything. I've never seen anything outside of that. If it exists, I don't know nothing about it. So I hear like the whole maintenance agreement. I know nothing about that shit. Personally, nothing about it. You can just be talking to a motherfucker and you checking your phone too much. They like, oh, what?
But see, I guess the assumption is that if you're talking to someone and having a maintenance agreement are vastly different. The assumption, if you're talking to someone, is that maybe we're not exclusive yet, but we're working towards exclusivity unless we have an agreement of some sort. But so yeah, I can see men getting jealous about that. But if you have an explicit agreement where all we do is get together, I call you if you're free and I'm free, we fuck, we go our separate ways, we don't talk, we don't ask about each other's kids, we don't ask about each other's whatever. Those men may not be jealous. Maybe those men are just, you know, they may not catch feelings. I find it hard to believe, but that's what I'm told. Right? That's what it's supposed to be.
I hear it.
So, I mean, dealing with men though, I mean, whenever there's another person to consider, I mean, certainly it's not like it is a transaction, I guess, on some level, but it's not like you are paying each other for that transaction. So there's going to be some level of expectation, I just can't imagine that there isn't some expectation between you. I just can't imagine that.
Right.
Is that possible? In what reality does that exist? Where there's no expectation from each other other than we just get together every 6 weeks and get it in. According to Mr. Jenkins, that's a thing. And I just doubt that's because I think that women catch feelings too. I think women catch feelings despite what they say, they catch feelings. They can say that, hey, we know what this is, but I say deep down, you have to look beyond what they're saying and understand that most women are not cut like that. That's what I think. And if you see a woman that's saying that that's what they want, just know that there's something underneath. There's some underlying something underneath.
And still, I think that people can be in these type of dynamics, but I think that people often take what they can get.
Meaning women?
Women or men.
Okay.
If they could create the situation that they actually wanted,
mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be that.
Right.
They could take. That's what they could get. So they roll with it. Like I was listening to this story. This dude does these surviving whatever person things on YouTube. So he has this series talking about surviving P. Diddy. And went through, they're interesting. They're interesting. So he like goes into P. Diddy allegations of homosexuality and whatever else, but he like pulls like all these old interviews from different people. So he had this interview that Superhead did, talking about her interaction with him.
With Diddy?
Diddy.
Oh Lord.
So when she originally met Diddy, she was with Gotti, which I guess is a rapper too.
Irv Gotti.
Oh, is that Irv? That makes sense. I couldn't figure out who the fuck that was. Yeah. So she's talking. So she's like, Diddy was like, what's up? Can I hook up with her? And Irv was like, yeah, go ahead. I'll let you hook up with her.
Oh my gosh.
And then she said that Irv Gotti liked to know how other men were in bed. Like she could go have sex with them and she'd come back and then he'd want to know details about how they were. So he let her go hang out with Diddy. So she goes over there and has sex with him. Then he invites her back the next morning. And so he's like trying on clothes. They have breakfast with his staff and all of that. And
Diddy. This is Diddy.
This is Diddy. Mm-hmm. But she's explaining all of this and she's explaining about how charismatic he was and how he was trying on suits and how he looked amazing in all of them. But the point being, what she can get is she can get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
What she was experiencing was intense like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Intense like. She was falling for all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was falling for the charisma.
Mm-hmm.
She thought he looked amazing, the whole lifestyle. But she couldn't get that. But if she could have created the situation she wanted, she would have wanted P. Diddy to truly pick her.
What about what she said led you to believe that she was taking what she could get as opposed to what she was getting what she wanted?
Because she was so thankful that he invited her back the next day for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And the time that she spent there, she sounded like a fan, but she sounded like a girl that just had a crush. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole process, like he's trying on clothes, he's trying on suits, and he looks amazing in everything that he puts on. And I see why people get caught up in him. And
wow.
Yeah. So this is somebody who literally left another nigga, fucked him.
Yes.
He handed her over like an object to another motherfucker, had sex with him, and she was like, it was really regular sex, blah, blah, blah. Went back to Gotti, had to tell him about the sex, went back over there that morning. Now she's a pass around of pass around.
Yes.
Okay. But even her.
Yeah, yes. Come on, say it. Yep, say it.
What she really wanted.
Yes.
Was to be chosen.
So what's the moral of the story, boys and girls? even the most hoey of the slutty of slut, knowing what she's known for, willingly going into these random and various and sundry maintenance agreements, if you will, even that chick would rather have a full-on loving relationship. You can tell that by the way she's like a preacher's wife or some shit like that.
Exactly.
So I stand by what I said to Mr. Jenkins.
I do too. I mean, and this is somebody who was so notorious that they didn't even call her by her name.
Exactly. And she accepted it. She
accepted that.
She was willing to that's some deep-seated stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I think it's convenient for men to be like, well, hey, that's what she said. All I can do is go by what she said. I'm telling you, whatever they say. So his point is like, not every woman wants to be in a relationship or loving relationship. Some women just want to fuck. They don't want a relationship. I said, okay, I will give you that. I'm not even going to debate whether of course there's somebody out there. There's some woman out there who has the mentality like, I want to fuck them all, I don't care, or whatever. I want to fuck. I just want to fuck. I don't want a loving relationship, no long-term relationship. But I'm saying that has to be the exception. I'm thinking that's the exception.
So much so that I don't even think it needs to reasonably be factored in anything. That's how much of an exception it is. I don't think it's a thing. Recently, very, very recently, Ray J, the singer, his wife, reality star Princess Love, were on Love and Hip Hop Miami. So they had an argument
in front of everyone.
Yeah. Well, and TV, because they're selling their lives. But so I guess they had an argument about women. So then Ray J hops up and says, everything I did, you were right there with me doing it. So she's like, well, not all the time. Then it goes in the confessional. Then it comes out. She's like, well, I would have threesomes with him, just because I loved him so much, just to try to keep him from cheating.
What?
Yes, I had threesomes with him, but it was never enough for Ray J. And so he's like calling her out.
To keep him from cheating.
To keep him from cheating. She was having threesomes.
And he threw it up in her face. Basically.
And this motherfucker throws it up in her face.
See what I'm talking about?
And have you seen this woman?
No, I haven't seen her.
She's stunning.
Is she?
Stunning.
Just greedy. These motherfuckers are greedy.
But then the other thing is, which is my theory with a lot of women that have threesomes. And listen, boys and girls, I know that there are women that like to have sex with other women. I ain't talking about them, all right?
Right.
I'm talking about the majority of women who don't want to eat pussy.
The heterosexual women. Right.
Like Princess Love, who clearly this is not her interest. Not her interest. She's just doing this to try to keep her man from cheating. She's trying to police his infidelity, trying to be there, trying to show that she's a fun chick. Still,
isn't she the mother of his children or a child or something?
2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Oh my gosh. There's a lesson in this, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lesson in this. There's no amount of threesomes that's going to satisfy the likes of a Ray J, I guess. I mean,
and then you look at him.
So many things wrong with that.
I wouldn't even want to do that one-on-one, man.
Ray J.
Hey.
Ray J's like, I'm sorry, Ray J, but I still see him as like a little kid, like a little annoying kid, Brandy's little brother. Get out of here, Brandy's brother.
Well, now I see him standing doing the red carpet with Kanye and Candace, whatever her last name is, for the release of the movie. That movie.
What movie?
She did a movie basically saying George Floyd died from fentanyl and not from
Coon Owens.
Coon Owens. Thank you. Candace Owens. Yes, Candace Owens. And so Ray J went to the premiere with
I don't want to
Ray.
hate him now. Now I gotta hate him too.
Yes. So he and Kanye have partnered together, I guess, against Kim Kardashian. And they were on the red carpet together. Kanye's in his horrible fireman boots and whatever ridiculous outfit he had on.
He's about to get sued about that too. Just like old boy from the conservative media who was saying that Sandy Hook didn't happen. He's about to get sued.
He right. The dude
that family is about to sue his ass. I hope they take him for every. I hope they take. Let me tell you, the dude from the conservative media, billions. His ass got $1 billion settlement against him. I hope they take Kunye's ass to the bank too.
Yeah, they I think
and Coon Owens.
Yeah, for $250 million is the suit against him for saying that Floyd died from.
Make it higher, Floyd family.
I know.
Get more.
He always talking about his money. So now we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to like Ray J. I was neutral about Ray J. Now I gotta dislike him too.
You have to
against Kim. Why would Ray J be against Kim Kardashian?
You know, he recently has been on this rampage of the sex tape and
because he said Kris Jenner is talking shit.
Yeah, but like it's hard for me to feel passionately about something that's like 20 years old.
Clearly, yes. Like nobody cares anymore. You oh gosh.
You got paid. Move on. It's just so long ago. And if that were my husband, the fact that you're just sitting here being so emotional over an ex would not sit well with me to the point where you're partnering with her.
Oh yeah.
That's like you.
This is not a good look. To me, and I hate to invoke T.I.'s name right now, but you know how T.I. was like, either you're for me, if you're for that dude, then you're against me. Yeah. I feel like if you're for Kanye, then you're against me. Right. If you're for Kanye, you are against me, Ray J. And I ain't got shit for you.
Right. It's
because Kanye is against us. And if you stand with Kanye and Coon Owens, you are against the people. And I find it hard to believe that nobody in your camp is calling you on that. It's a damn shame when Kim Kardashian is more woke than fucking Ray J.
Right.
That's give me that just drove my blood pressure up. Yeah. That really drove my blood pressure up. And then this motherfucker got nerve to be like talking about you gonna clown your wife, the mother of your children, about threesomes on national TV in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. Get the fuck out of here, man. We ain't even friends. We can't even be friends. Right. Don't you ever bring that shit up. Like some shit that me and you did. Oh no. Some shit, an agreement that me and you had, and you are my husband. Don't you ever bring that shit up in an open forum.
Right.
I will fuck you up. You gotta go to sleep sometime. I will fuck you up.
That's why I don't understand how these people stay in marriages and in these relationships. Like, I don't get it. But part of it, you know, they sell their intimacy, you know, for profit. But
yes.
He don't have to share that part.
No. There's so many things. I mean, there should be some low that you won't stoop to. There should be something even if you and because I think Will and Jada have done that. I think Will and Jada got some shit that they ain't never gonna talk about in an open forum. Right. That them and the four walls and the women that they have kicked it with.
Yep.
And the other, entanglements that they have had.
Yep.
That's what you call a friend. Me and you friends. I fucks with that. But you are not going to clown me about you were right there with me. You was right there. Bitch.
You've been listening to a podcast of the Podfix Network. Discover more audible gems like this at podfixnetwork.com. Make sure to catch up-to-the-minute network shenanigans by following @Podfix on Twitter, official_Podfix on Instagram, @Podfix Network on Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to Podfix Presents wherever you choose to find podcasts. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.